As the ladder stands, OHA currently sit 4th. Diamondbacks through on goal here just initially. OHA currently sit 4th on the ladder and Diamondbacks currently sit 5th. So neither position will change much with the result today. So they'll probably stay where they are on the ladder regardless of win or loss. For the Diamondbacks though, it is an opportunity if they can get some points here to continue their decent start to the year and just keep the pressure up on the top 4. They're 5 or 6 points outside of the top 4 at the moment, which is your positions for finals. But if they can manage to snag a win, that'd be good for them to just stay in touch with those final positions and give them something to really aim for, because this is a young Diamondbacks side that probably still going to be some inconsistent performances as they develop and as the year goes on, but they have clearly taken a step up so far this season ahead of what they had done in the last couple of seasons. So this young side is really on the verge of maturing into a senior side. You see a good tackle from Jackson Turner and Nick Leslie overhead out. Norris with the intercept. That ball was just bouncing nicely for Sam McCambridge, just ghosting in round the back. OHA in attack, good tackle from Commons. He's now looking for a counter. There's not too many options ahead of him, so he goes back through the middle with Ollie Pritchard. Now down the right, Will Oliver. Has his eyes up, looking for that next pass. Oliver Smith was the intercept and he's stuck down in the bottom corner at the moment. Diamondbacks win a free hit. Commons working around the top of the circle looking for an entry. All he gets is a 23 restart. And which the OHA defence is able to deal with relatively comfortably. So Yates, good ball to Commons, running through left inside. Commons cuts inside now. Again, no great options in front of him, so he's forced to recycle it. Uses Fergus Scott. He can't connect with Will Oliver making a run towards the baseline. Some good early signs from Diamondbacks though. Some nice a nice couple of attacking moments from them. Again, their work in and around the circle, not quite there. Haven't been able to produce anything clean in those first couple of entries, but they've had most of the attack in these early couple of minutes of the games, which is a good sign that they are up and about and ready for this match. Recent history between these two sides is it is in favour of OHA, but it is hard to pick because Diamondbacks have managed to steal a couple of wins over the last couple of years against OHA, or have held them to draws and put in some big performances regardless of ladder positions. So this is a fixture that does tend to go against the form guide and end up being much tighter than what you would expect. So just looking at the ladder and past performances, you would think that OHA should win this relatively comfortably, but very rarely has it worked out that way, and the way Diamondbacks have started, they're looking quite dangerous. Their form over the last couple of weeks has been pretty good too. And now streaming out of defence into an attacking movement. Commons on his reverse and hasn't linked up as he had hoped with his other players, but we see good instincts to attack from the Diamondbacks side as well. So good signs early for them. And again, OHA, similar situation, not quite clean around the circle or inside the circle. So this game has mostly been played between the 2-23 lines just for the moment. Keating at left back. James Thomas in that central defensive position, who's back in the side for the first time since round 1. Vince does well to win that one against Hine. Wants to make an entry. And that ball beats everyone. Loose, travels all the way to Henry Chambers back in the OHA goal. Ships have a chance to set something up here though. Thomas over the ball. Keating is walking it up to their half line now, and Diamondbacks happy to sit back and let them. Morton in an attacking right hand side position. Fantastic diving defensive work from Milo G. Well, that was Norris, sorry. The sun is shining quite bright at the moment at the Tasmanian Hockey Centre, and at this time of day, the reflection of the pitch is quite glaring. So it does become quite hard to actually see it from this side or from the commentary side. It's not always the easiest task when the sun is out bright and shining. When it's nice and overcast, it's perfect. When the sun is as it is right at this moment, it becomes quite difficult to see clearly what's happening out on the pitch. No excuses though, as Ollie Smith streams through the middle of the pitch, searching for a ball to McCambridge. Out comes Grant Woodcock in the Diamondbacks net to clear the danger. Smith from deep on the right hand sideline, and all he does is win a 23. Ned Painter, Mac Winch, sorry, over the top of that one. Now Keating attacking from the left. That's a good ball into the circle. Fantastic tackle from Hine. Battle on around the top. Winch onto his reverse, fires it. Hard to see who got the final touch. Was that Woodcock or Norris? But either way, shot deflected wide. OHA straight back into attack. Again, a shot, but it's wide. Couple of nervous moments for Grant Woodcock and his Diamondbacks defence, but they've done well to survive. And Yates clears the danger with a big overhead. Thomas attempts to make the intercept, does pick it up cleanly in the end and finds Morton coming down the right half channel. Looks back inside. Lack of communication there between number 40, Ned Painter, and Sam McCambridge in the OHA attack. Now OHA again, looking for James Thomas to be over the top of the ball. He plays in Jackson Turner. Turner into the 23 and puts it on the foot. So he's got a free hit just inside, so he can't go directly into the circle, but he can recycle it out the back through Keating. Keating to the 23 now. That's a raised ball into the body of Yates. He goes early, overhead yet again. Good positioning there from Pat McDevitt just to get under it first. Thomas yet again. Out of right back, crossfield now. Diving is Fergus Scott. Clears it out to the right-hand side, and they just gain a little bit of territory. Force OHA to take it from a bit deeper. So it's been an interesting opening 10 or so minutes of this quarter. Neither side has really created too much inside the circle, but OHA have had 2 or 3 good chances just recently. But now DiamondBacks making an attack down the right-hand side. Into the circle and a penalty corner earned. It's good work from Scott. So a really important early look at the goals, and we've seen both Oliver Pritchard and Angus Yates score recently with penalty corner drag flicks. So, and they are both lined up in a double battery on top of the circle, so both of these guys are in form. They're coming up against the quality goalkeeper in Henry Chambers and a really good penalty corner defence. But an interesting early test for both sides. It's not a great trap, unfortunately, and so Pritchard was lined up to take that drag flick, and he doesn't get a shot away at all. OHA immediately on the counter. Find Sam McCain, or find Isaac Bridley on top of the circle. Woodcock has a fair bit of work to do. Fired from Oliver Smith towards the goal, but it's wide, and it took a deflection as well, so dangerous couple of seconds there for Diamondbacks. Managed to survive yet again. Grant Woodcock quickly off his line. Good aggressive goalkeeping, as his defenders were streaming back from taking part in the attacking penalty corner. Turner now attacking down right half. That's a dangerous ball in. Diamondbacks will get the free hit. Grant Woodcock is someone who's been in excellent form of late. His last few games have been extremely good in the Diamondbacks net. He's got an important role to play in their season this year, because they are, as I've said, they're a young side, they're a developing side, they are maturing, but they are going to give up at times opportunities on their own goal. So having someone as experienced and talented as Grant Woodcock, who is the, of course, current Tassie Tigers Hockey 1 goalkeeper, or was in 2019, having someone of that calibre back there to help them out is such an important piece of the puzzle for them to have. Because if they can hold out in those dangerous moments, we know they can do a bit of danger and attack when they get a chance. Now Vince. Good work from Norris, good tackle, and didn't give away the penalty corner, which is vital. Murphy quickly into attack though. That's G. Rough tackle on Bridley, and he has given away a penalty corner, so for all their good work, they unfortunately have given away an excellent attacking opportunity to OHA now. And OHA, of course, do have quite a dangerous battery themselves. They've got Joe Murphy there for the drag flick, but they've also got James Thomas, who, as I said earlier, is back in the team for his second match of the season, and he is no slouch from the penalty corner drag flick himself. Both sides creating moments at either end. It is now OHA's chance for a moment, and they'll set up their penalty corner attack. It is Thomas, but he decides to a little bit of interplay. A 1-2 with Smith, and it's gone back to Thomas, and he's fired in the shot from closer range. And it's 1-0 to OHA. So just towards the end of this opening quarter, a couple of minutes remaining, and OHA have managed to take a 1-0 lead through James Thomas. Didn't go for the direct shot. Played a little bit of a 1-2 at the top of the circle, and it's paid off. Managed to put themselves in a closer position towards goal and have an easy shot. And there is the quarter time siren. So first quarter is over in this Mercury live stream between OHA and DiamondBacks. And OHA did get the opening goal just in those final moments of the first quarter. James Thomas. DiamondBacks in maroon and white will start with the ball. It's Pritchard through the middle. Now Norris. G. Norris. Onto the foot of Vince. DiamondBacks will reset from deep in their defensive half. Overhead from Yates. Not clear. The ball spills into the OHA circle. Turner gets it out to Vince, and now down the right-hand side through Murphy. He cuts inside past the tackle of Pritchard, who loses his stick in the process. Now Murphy uses Leslie on the left. Searching ball, but it finds Smith. Attacking round the right. Attempting to attack down the baseline is prevented from entering the circle from Scott. Leslie quickly to Morton. Morton into the circle now, and Commons does the defensive work. Scott now attacking down the left. Wants to get it out quickly, but the OHA attackers are putting an enormous amount of defence and force a turnover. Smith attempting a little bit of 3D skills to get in the circle. He's prevented. An excellent tackle there from Oliver Pritchard at the top of the circle. Again, preventing OHA from getting that circle entry. Good ball from Yates. Relieves the pressure, but Thomas did enough to put off Commons, who was making the run to receive that ball. Great defensive work there from DiamondBacks to prevent OHA from getting a clean circle entry. Now OHA attacking again through Bridley down the left-hand side. Yates. Under pressure. Does well to beat 2 or 3 and win the free hit. Midfield is open for Oliver. Commons goes back where it came, and it's an intercept from Oliver Smith, and all of a sudden OHA stringing forward. Vince has McCambridge on his left, Smith on his right. And in the end, Diamondbacks have managed to survive a dangerous situation. OHA really should have done better from that opportunity. A little bit of additional pressure now on the maroon and white defence these last couple of minutes. Having to do quite a fair bit of work. Holding up so far, but these repeated phases do become dangerous the longer they go on. Thomas. Leslie. Murphy. A little bit of an opening. Takes it. He's on the baseline. Can he slip it back? He does. Touched in by McCambridge. It's a free hit before the ball has crossed the line. Umpire Harry Winch out there. Spotted something close in. Good work from Ridley. Now Morton. Is that a dangerous ball? Took a deflection. It'll be a 23. Oliver Smith over the top. Wants to use Morton, but Morton flat-footed. Those aging legs just taking an extra second to get moving. Yates only as far as Vince gains the territory. A couple of metres. Could play on if he wants to. Actually decides to recycle the ball out the back, and Norris has missed the trap, and Woodcock has tried to keep it in, but Norris stopped paying attention, and a potentially dangerous moment and miscommunication there in the Diamondbacks defence. They survive once again. Thomas with the intercept. Wants to get it going quickly down the right-hand side. Uses the run of Morton. Now Murphy. She's got Pritchard in front of him. Pritchard does well. Has hit his foot though. James Thomas deep into the right. Now Morton. Attacking the baseline once again. Once again, Diamondbacks deal with it. So the ship's just struggling to find an entry when they're going, well, their preferred route is around the baseline, and it's not really working for them. When they're going direct, they're managing to look a lot more dangerous. Diamondbacks defence currently has their measure. Thomas again. That ball's wayward. Pritchard wanted to get on with it quickly, as does Yates. The run of Scott's coming down left half. Just struggled with his first touch, but he's able to recover. Yates with a little bit of space if he wants it. Takes it. Long ball. Thomas on his knees. Sliding in to get the defence. And clashes with the youngster. Vince cuts inside. Mac Winch over the ball on the dotted. Out to Thomas. Now Turner to attack down the left-hand side. Commons brings it out. But Leslie with the rebound. And these last few moments have seen, or these last few minutes have seen OHA able to pick off the Diamondbacks attack and rebound straight away, although they haven't earned anything from it. But as we're talking, Diamondbacks on an attack themselves through Commons. Again on his reverse, looking for the direct entry, but intercepted by Turner. Diamondbacks look good when they're streaming forward. There's plenty of support runs as well. But again, it's that picking out a pass, being composed enough, you know, or having good enough vision to be able to pick out the correct pass. It's just been their failings at the moment. You can see that it's just only 5% from clicking though, and if it does, they'll be through on goal. Rough tackle there from Mac Winch as well. Lucky only to give away a free hit. Pritchard over the top of it on the dotted. Hine trying to spin his way out of trouble, but he spun his way into trouble. They do get a free hit and they're able to take it again. Pritchard goes deep to G. And now wide to Pritchard. It's number 9, Jack Pritchard. Out on left half. Thomas decides to go overhead. He has the run of Pat McDevitt. McDevitt is able to bring it under control. He's in the circle. He's got 3 to beat. Goes one way then the other. Tries to slip it back to the top of the circle, but Diamondbacks had too many defensive support runners in the end. Tabitha Scott. Scott likes the space that he sees in front of him and takes it. Runs forward. Loose ball. Just a little bit of argy-bargy. It'll be a free hit to OHA deep in their defensive left-hand side. Turner on the right. Long ball. Finds Painter. He attacks through the middle now. Back to Leslie. Now McCambridge. Too much pressure on him. I'll have to take the 23. It's Smith. Moves it quickly. Gets it back onto his 4-stick for the moment. Too many defenders in front of him, so he recycles it back out to Thomas. And now they've switched play over to the left. Turner. Further down the left. Unsuccessful. Good run from Commons. He's got to be careful not to be called up for a stick protection. Leslie within 5. He's not happy about it either, but he's being sent off. It's a green card for OHA. Down to 10 men for the next 2 minutes, and Diamondbacks really need to take advantage of this opportunity that they've got. Leslie being sent off for 2 minutes with a green card. He was within the protected 5-metre space of the player with a free hit, which was Commons. And he attempted to influence the play and was sent off as a result. And so now we'll probably look at OHA and they'll try and soak up as much time as possible. But it is an opportunity for Diamondbacks who have an extra player on the field for the next 90 seconds or so to try and create a little bit of something extra in attack. Get this game back to level. Yates sets up his free hit. Gets it moving out to the right to start with. It's back to Yates. He's got G in space on his left. Continues to walk it up. Decides to go right instead. Intercepted by Smith. Immediately on the counter. Long ball through the middle. It's Vince. Vince is able to continue. He's into the circle. Jaden Vince. Grant Woodcock makes the initial save, but it is a penalty corner to OHA. Vince just got a little bit of extra attention on the tackle. And this one probably caused a little bit of extra frustration on the Diamondbacks bench, being a player up and being in a good position, but giving away a penalty corner. So A lot of their advantage kind of disappears once they're in this penalty corner situation. And Vince was just breaking into the circle and got a heavy tackle from the defenders. He was in a dangerous position though, so there's not too much else they could have done. But OHA lining up for an attacking penalty corner. Fired by Murphy to the top of the net, but it is just too high. G at left back. Jack Pritchard. Looks direct again to Ollie Pritchard. And OHA's penalty period has ended. They are back to the full complement of players. And DiamondBacks will probably be a little bit disappointed they weren't able to take more advantage of that opportunity. Let OHA off the hook a little bit. Keating walks it up over the half line. Attempts to go overhead. Will Oliver gets a stick to it. Leslie plays on quickly. Puts the ball into the circle. Bridley tempted to correct himself and get a shot away, but nothing working in the end. Again, OHA happy for this patient play around the back. Out comes Commons to meet Thomas. Does well to steal it. Commons can go. He's got speed. Just a little bit heavy on one of his touches. Gives James Thomas a chance to get back in front of him. Heavy tackle though. Commons continues along the baseline. He can't feed it back to his runners who had got into good positions in front of Henry Chambers, but good work from Josh Commons. Created the turnover with a good tackle. And was away into attack as well. Promising moment for DiamondBacks just as the halftime siren sounds. And they're going to want more of those moments if they get their way back into this match. It is only 1-0 in favour of OHA. Try and prevent OHA from getting so much of the play. Because when they've got the ball, they've looked good. OHA down the right-hand side to start with. Smith finds himself deep. Thomas goes centrally now to Keating. Good chance for DiamondBacks to attack. Tabba takes it wide. Can't beat the tackle of Turner. Turner's pass is intercepted by Oliver though. Pritchard puts it out wide for the run. The left-hand pocket. Bring it back out and around. Into the circle now. Commons spins. Out comes Henry Chambers to clear the danger. Promising start from DiamondBacks to this half. Angus Yates now. McCambridge on his case. Yates wins the free hit just outside the 23. He goes back to Norris. Diamondbacks defence are, of course, without Stuart Smith. They're experienced, supremely talented central defender who was injured a couple of weeks ago, just before their big breakthrough win against the University. So they've been without him for a few weeks now. Their defence has held up relatively well, but you can't help but think just how much better they'd be with him in the side. So we hope for a quick recovery and a quick return to the first team for Stuart Smith. Recently come back to the state and come back to Premier League hockey, and it's good to see him back out there. And he's an important part of this DiamondBacks team because he adds so much experience, maturity to the young side. But of course, his absence has forced the likes of Angus Yates to really step up and take that senior role, which as a 22, 23-year-old now, Yates is perfectly placed to do that and become one of those leaders in this side. Commons down the left is forced to go back to G. There's a little bit of pressure on them, but G's able to get the pass out to the left-hand side, and now they can work it into their attacking half. Good work coming back was McCambridge. There is a bit of a contest on for possession in the middle of the park, and DiamondBacks win it. Wow, McCambridge has come in hard from behind Yates, and he's not going to survive that. Umpire Vincent Harmon, I think he's just given him a green. Not a great tackle from Sam McCambridge there. But you can see the type of pressure they're trying to put DiamondBacks under. It's a sign of respect, really, because they know that there's a contest on and that it's potentially a dangerous situation for them just holding a 1-0 lead. And so McCambridge prepared to go in hard, a little bit of physicality, take the penalty, but let the likes of Angus Yates know that they're not going to get any easy ball in this match. Thomas attempts to go overhead, fantastically taken down. And it's a penalty corner for OHA. Diamondbacks defenders just breaching the protected 5 on that free hit. It's a soft penalty corner to give up, but giving it up they have. OHA with a player down have another opportunity from the penalty corner. Injecting it is Painter. Thomas was taking the shot. It's a good first save from Woodcock. The danger's not cleared though. Thomas puts it back to the spot on his reverse and firing wide is Winch. Pritchard wants the early release. Goes overhead. Leslie with the intercept though. Turner on the left. Jackson Turner beats one, puts the ball in. Comes out, straight back out quickly. Commons has it on the right-hand side. Tries to beat two, but can't. Now Painter. Good work from Norris to hold up the attack. But OHA will have a free hit just outside the circle. Once more a good field position. Murphy over the top of it. Uses Keating. Now Morton on the right. Mistrapped by Leslie. But a difficult challenge for Diamondbacks to bring that out. They do it well. Good pass out of defence to find Fergus Scott, and he manages to get them up over their half line. Chance to create something here down the right. It's Milo G. He's forced to go back for Norris. Norris back to Hine. Diamondbacks have given up good field position there. They're in a good position to create an attacking opportunity, and they've just misplaced a really simple pass over the sideline, and things that really frustrate you as a coach when your side's 1-0 down and under not a whole lot of pressure, you're unable to connect with a simple pass. Now Winch under enormous pressure. Good turnover, intercept from Tabber. Walker does well to win the free hit there. Hine. Big crossfield ball to G. G, big attacking run. Stopped in his tracks by Leslie. Counter-attack on for OHA. Smith puts it into space for the run of Vince. Vince does well to get onto the end of it. Has Morton in support. Morton to the spot. Diving in. Smith trying to get that ball under control for a shot. Woodcock did well enough to put him off. See it roll over the baseline. Hines finding himself at right half. G forced to go all the way back. Now the press is really on. OHA applied a lot of pressure there. Forced a turnover. Again, it's still only 1-0, and despite OHA seemingly having the run of the game, that is a very slim lead, and just waiting for one of these counter-attacking opportunities from Diamondbacks to connect and pay off, and at the moment it's not really happening for them. The opportunities are there, and definitely OHA have left themselves wide open to counter-attack, and when they do get it going forward, Diamondbacks have looked good, but just lacking a little bit of polish to really make it work in their favour. Because you think if they could get Commons clean on the ball around the circle, or even get the ball to Callum Tabber on the spot, they've got a goal in them. But at the moment, probably making it harder on themselves with some of the choices that they're making, and we see OHA are able to create much cleaner attacks, and although none of them have quite paid off just yet, and the Diamondbacks defence is holding up well, you're starting to get the sense that it's only a matter of time. Smith moves it quickly, deep in the left-hand pocket. Good work from Yates to prevent that from entering the circle. OHA will reload from a similar position. Oliver Smith. Surrounded. So Murphy takes it. Runs it is 5, and at the back post, Isaac Bridley, it is a goal. The umpires have signalled that yes, it is a goal, and Isaac Bridley diving into the back post. There was a little bit of confusion, but we see OHA took a while to decide how they were going to take that free hit. It was Murphy who... Did he carry it the required 5 before he put it straight into the circle? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure, but the end result was on the back post, a goal to OHA. I think you'll find that Murphy did carry it far enough, and diving in, Bridley has put it away, so... Hard to swallow for Diamondbacks to concede a goal in that situation, but we were just saying that it did feel like it almost had an air of inevitability about it, that it was coming. OHA now have a 2-0 lead, scoring their second goal. Now the Diamondbacks need to chase. Just as the sun disappears behind the clouds, probably be overcast for a little bit. For the next few minutes at least. And again, OHA in attack. Winch and McCambridge teaming up. Only a 23 as a result though. Smith. Winch. Back he goes to Morton. Morton tries to turn Hine and does. He can attack directly the circle, decides to have a shot himself. Let's put it wide. Good to see from the veteran Morton, making an attacking run, cutting inside and then deciding to take the shot himself. Turnover for OHA though, and Winch to McCambridge. Nice little interplay there between Winch and Murphy, and they've earned another penalty corner for OHA. Things are starting to click for the Ships. Dangerous moment ahead for Diamondbacks. One more goal. This game will start to feel like it's almost slipped out of grasp. They started well, but they have slowly declined as the game has gone on, and OHA have slowly taken more and more control to the point where it is now 2-0 for OHA, and they look relatively comfortable in control now. Smith with the trap. Thomas fires his shot just wide. Diamondbacks survive. As time ticks away in this third quarter, that's a good ball out from Yates. And Norris can't connect with Tabba, who was streaming through the middle. I think those are the things that we're really talking about. For OHA, when they've been in those positions, they've been able to connect their passes and take it on to the next stage. Diamondbacks just haven't been able to do that, and that's what's hurt them today so far. And again, miscommunication, Jack Pritchard and Angus Yates, and we can see just some of the frustration starting to grow. Good ball from Yates. He had 3 guys running into a position and none of them went for it. So I think the 3/4 time siren can't come quick enough for this Diamondback side, and Coach Richard Davies just needs to pull them in and say, still only 2-0. They've played really well so far, and it's not like they're not creating opportunities and chances. Just need to get a little bit calmer over the ball, improve their decisions, and they could be right back in this match. But as we say that, Smith with a good ball out to the right, and now through on goal is Murphy, and he's fired it just wide. Diving, flicking. Grant Woodcock probably had it covered in the Diamondbacks net, but Murphy's dangerous in that position. The siren does sound, Davies yelling at his side, telling them to get into the huddle. Some of them with their heads down, trudging off. But this final quarter is really going to show where both these sides are at the early point of the 2021 season. OHA immediately looking for a big attack. Fell nicely from a Cambridge, but third person of obstruction there, and Diamondbacks have a chance to counter. Will Oliver, his first real side of the ball this half. Uses Yates. So their best users on the ball, and here's Tabber now, attacking down the right. He gets past Turner, puts the entry going towards the spot, but Thomas with an important interception to chop that out. And that's positive for Diamondbacks. We need to see more of that. The ball's fallen for Vince for OHA though. Good tackle from G to hold him up. Now Murphy wants to go overhead and does. Puts it into the circle. Oh, it's an unfortunate bounce. And a free shot from Vince to put that in. And that hurts. That hurts the Diamondbacks' cause. Just a little bit of miscommunication and a missed trap. The overhead that should have been picked up ended up bouncing nicely from Vince into the circle. He found himself in a great position and slipped it under Grant Woodcock. That is the worst possible way for Diamondbacks to start this quarter. The best possible way to start this quarter for OHA, but it hurts even more because Diamondbacks look so good for the first 60 seconds. And now Vince once again has a chance. He's got tacklers all around him. Yates has managed to make the clearance. You can see how quickly things have changed. Diamondbacks came out and looked really good in those opening 30 seconds. Had their best users over the ball and had a really good attacking opportunity, and then straight up the other end. And OHA are able to take advantage of a half chance. And now they've earned a penalty corner. Vince is really starting to show something in this second half. He's been influential in their attacking circle. He's got a goal and now he's won a penalty corner in this final quarter. And this 3-0 lead for OHA could be extended even further. Thomas or Murphy, neither of them have quite found their range. They've had a couple of opportunities each. Thomas does have the goal from the penalty corner, but it was a variation rather than a direct shot. But they're both lined up for a drag flick here, and it's Thomas. Good run from Commons, coming out first in the penalty corner defence. Was able to run that shot down, but they do win a follow-up penalty corner. Injection's good. Good trap. Murphy with the drag flick, and he puts it into the back of the net. So Murphy with the drag flick finds his range finally and scores. And now it's 4-0 to OHA. And it's all finally clicking into place for the Ships, while for Diamondbacks, this is probably going to hurt because they were in this match for 3 quarters. And it's only taken a couple of... Cambridge is through and scores a 5th. Well, it's only taken a few moments to completely change the complexion of this game and to sink Diamondbacks. It's now 5-0, and we see the heads have dropped. This is tough for morale to take now, to be in the match and to see it disappear within the space of 4 minutes. Hurts. Need to find a way to deal with this as well. Norris goes overhead. Ben Hine can't bring it under control. It rolls over the sideline, deep in the OHA defence. Well, Diamondbacks were in this match for a long time. And they were looking good. You thought they were only one or two good chances away from equalising, but OHA have just come out in this third quarter and been ruthless in that circle. 3 goals in the opening 3 minutes of this quarter. And it really is game over now for Diamondbacks. How quickly this one has been taken away from them. Good ball from G. Pritchard and Oliver. Oliver sitting deep now. Now Norris. Jack Pritchard. Unlucky. Oh, he actually wins that. Does win the free hit, sorry. So, good work from Pritchard in the end. Good run from Will Oliver. He's into the 23 now. Teams up with Scott. And again, no outcome. Good attacking play. Good opportunity in and around the circle. No outcome. I hesitate to say that's been the main difference between the sides today, but it has been a big difference between the sides. Just getting a result inside their attacking 3. OHA have earned far more penalty corners, far more shots on goal, far more circle entries compared to Diamondbacks for their attacking forays. And once again, Jaden Vince with a turnover. Cambridge on the ball now. Teams up with Leslie. Runner on the outside is McDevitt. He's got some work to do and he does it well. Back inside to Winch. Coming through is G, and with a burst of pace, he's out of the defence. He's got players ahead of him, he's 2. He does put it out into space. That was for Walker to get onto it. Did take a deflection off a green stick, so chance for Diamondbacks to create an opportunity in attack. As we say that, they've gone all the way out the back and tried to reload from deep. We will retain possession on the sideline on the right-hand side now. Good attacking run from G again, but Leslie with the tackle and Vince has a bit of space to run into. Uses Smith ahead of him. Smith tries to get inside and does, and now Vince, and now McCambridge. Good turn. Dangerous, says the umpire. Free hit to Diamondbacks. Nothing more than a clearance from Norris, just trying to relieve a bit of the pressure. McDevitt switches it to the right for Keating. Switches it back to the left for Thomas. And now Leslie, so they're slowly working their way up the field. Leslie's pass is cut off by Pritchard. Attacking down the right-hand side. Morton. He's got a free hit deep in there, attacking 23. And again now just outside the circle. Smith drags it one way, then the next, takes it the 5. Looking for McCambridge. He can't bring it under control, and Diamondbacks clear through Norris. He's had to do a lot of work, Liam Norris, in the heart of the Diamondbacks defence, and he's broadly done it well. if not for a brief couple of minutes to start off this final quarter, probably be singing his praises more profusely. But unfortunately, they have conceded 5 goals now so far. Oliver once again. Diamondbacks trying to bring it through the midfield. Pritchard. He's held up briefly. Tabber gets it moving quickly to Scott. He's got Oliver, who's run well down into the deep left-hand corner. He's prevented from going any further by James Thomas. Commons gets the rebound though. Again, nothing coming from that. And when your side is down, when your side has been down for a long time, it is hard to get the mindset right to take advantage of your attacking opportunities because they're quite often so few and far between. And we can see when Diamondbacks attack, as they do now, when Diamondbacks attack, you look inside the circle, their attacking circle, and you'd be lucky to find one of their attackers who has made their way into the circle when the rest of the team is coming forward. And you compare that to what OHA do when they're coming forward, look into their attacking circle and you'll see 3 or 4 of their attackers have put themselves inside the circle. And the reason for that is because when you're a team that has to defend a lot, is constantly on the defensive, Oliver Smith makes an attacking play here, is into the circle, tries to find a foot but can't. Diamondbacks are away. So I was saying, when you're a side that has to defend a lot and is constantly on the defensive, it is hard, even as a striker, to commit to putting yourself in such an attacking position because you begin to expect having to run all the way back and help defence after not getting it eventually. The challenge is, of course, for these young sides as Diamondbacks make an attacking run. Into the circle and shot is wide. Smart play from Tabber. Creative, trying to create something. Thomas clears it out. Now Hine. Again down that left-hand side, but coming through his Turner. Now come OHA once again. Lots of white sticks in the vicinity, but they're able to bring it out onto the left-hand side. Now the challenge for this Diamondback side is that when the team is moving into an attacking position, that they've just got to commit to getting into the right position. Oliver Smith is just allowed to continue into the top of the circle and has just fired that into the top of the net. There is not much that anyone can do to stop that. It's now 6-0. 4 goals in this final quarter for OHA. And that really tells the whole story. So Bridley's given advantage. Pritchard attempts to make the intercept against Murphy. Murphy just shrugs off the tackle, wins the free hit, puts an overhead across the field. Loose ball around the top of the circle. Danger again. Free hit to OHA. Painter. Straight into attack. Now Smith backing him up. DiamondBacks defence does well to hold up just for the second. Smith will get a chance to reload though. Wants to go out. And now Murphy. Not a whole lot of time remains. The final siren is just around the corner. It's a 6-0 lead for OHA so far, and they're really just looking for one more opportunity. Counter attack on. G. Just too quick for his own good. OHA have created the turnover and a straight back into attack. Vince fires his shot, but Yates got the tackle in. Prevented that from going any further. Turner on top of the circle. Yates has given away a penalty corner, unfortunately. As much as you'll argue the point, does not have much of a leg to stand on, unfortunately. He breached that protected 5 that's given to the player with the free hit. He impacted the play, and a penalty corner has resulted late in this match, with a score already 6-0 in favour of OHA. And you can see where maybe his confusion came from, but I think either way you slice it, Yates was inside the protected 5, and OHA with another penalty corner. It's another variation between Murphy and Thomas, and this time DiamondBacks defence deals with it. The final siren does sound. That is the end of the match. It was a convincing 6-0 win in the end for OHA. Disappointing way for DiamondBacks to finish that match, because for the first 3 quarters they did look quite good.